now that I have everybody's attention, I would just like to remind you that I weigh in tonight at 246 pounds. I hail from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Mr. Kennedy! Kennedy!
Step a little closer, close to my fire. Troubles my drug takes me higher and higher. Turn up the music, light up the crowd. Turn up.
A big New England welcome from Portland, Maine. This is good old JR Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR. They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, King. I don't think Portland's going to know what hit it after tonight.
Yo, 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 yo. Pop a 40 and check your
I've been one of Matt
It's
Hardy's
crime
biggest
time.
supporters since the early days of his career. And it's great to see him in action here tonight.
Yeah, ever since he went to SmackDown, we haven't seen much of Matt Hardy. And you don't hear me complaining. These superstars are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get enough of it.
It's what they paid to see. That's one fewer superstar in this match. Well, we haven't seen much of Ken Kennedy on Raw, King. And as far as I'm concerned, it can stay that way.
Oh, come on, JR. How can you not be impressed by someone with his skill and charisma?
I'll grant that he's got some athletic ability, but as far as charisma goes, his attitude leaves a lot to be desired.
I think your attitude leaves a... Look at that! No fear whatsoever. What an amazing superstar.
Be that as it may, this isn't the sort of thing that wins matches, King.
I'm not sure I agree with what the crowd is chanting, JR, but I guess it's their right.
You're damn right it is. It comes with the price of admission.
I think he's got some big plans, JR. Look at this!
He sure is. And boy, he came through big time with that twist of fate. He's going up. This could backfire. Look at this. Look at this. You talk about a house of fire, you're seeing it right here.
Yeah? Well, somebody better put out that fire, or this one's not going to end well.
And there's a little something for the crowd. The best superstars never ignore their fans.
The best superstars also finish off their opponents instead of giving them time to recover. What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way, and I think it's going to pay off, mark my words. You're not going to get him with that one. He's a slippery devil. If his opponent's not careful, Chad may steal a victory right here tonight.
Of course he might. How else would he win? His opponent telegraphed that one. I can't believe
what I'm seeing. He used his opponent's own finishing move.
Randy Orton is a genius, JR. As soon as he got what he needed from Triple H and Ric Flair, he turned on him and struck out on his own.
I think you've got a selective memory there, Kingfish. I seem to remember Triple H and Ric Flair turning on Orton and knocking some of the cockiness out of him when they did it.
Well, if that's true, It's just a matter of jealousy. And I think that's pretty sad, coming from two men who have more than 25 world title reigns between them.
The game and Flair are no strangers to championship gold. But Orton won it younger than either one of them. And don't think he didn't let it go straight to his head either.
You always see the worst in people, JR. Why shouldn't Orton be proud of being the youngest world champion in WWE history? Listen to the crowd, JR. I think they've got something to say to these superstars.
And if
Oh, sure. Now the fans start to cheer for him. Now that he's in the driver's seat.
Come on, King. He's had the crowd behind him all match. And now it's paying off.
He saw that one coming.
It looks like he's taking advantage of his dazed opponent.
No doubt about it, JR. Man, what a huge DDT that was.
A textbook reversal there.
After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure, King. The WWE superstars are trained professionals.
And even they don't walk away from every match in the best shape.
They sure this capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow, could you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary? Well, there's one less superstar in this match now. I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
And there's the elimination. Boy, Booker T will tell you how great he is until your dadgum ears fall. Quite frankly, I'd rather see him put up or shut up.
What are you talking about, JR? He's a world heavyweight champion and a 5-time WCW champion.
Not to take anything away from Booker's accomplishments. I've seen superstars with twice the credentials do half the boasting.
Hey, that's King Booker to you. Have a little respect for us royal types. Boy, this John Cena is his own biggest fan. How come all of these rappers can't talk about anything except how great they are?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, King. Cena's got some impressive accomplishments to his credit. I think he's got every right to be proud.
Well, you know what they say, JR. Pride goes before a fall. And from the looks of things, John Cena's got a heck of a fall ahead of him.
Matt Hardy has said it many times. He will not die. And we're seeing that determination here tonight.
Oh, I'm sure he won't die here tonight, JR. Being within an inch of his life, maybe.
Why do you have to be that way, King? Why can't you respect his tenacity?
Hey, Matt Hardy put his muscles where his mouth was. He'd have my respect.
My
He's
name
all
is
talk.
Finley.
Well, you
and
can't
I
ever
love
accuse the
to
WWE
fight.
fans of being shy about saying what's on their minds.
You sure can, JR. And I don't...
That went nowhere.
You gotta respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
No question about it, King. Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a subject which you happen to be. There he goes! He's out of the match! He just got tossed out rather unceremoniously, in my opinion. I'm not a fan of Bretham's attitude these days, but I have to admit that he's been a dominant superstar in SmackDown Cruiserweight division.
Of course he has, JR. He was a Raw superstar for a long time. He was used to a much higher standard of competition when he jumped to SmackDown.
I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
These guys have some excellent condition to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's the name of the game, JR. You gotta keep moving. No dog ever peed on a moving car.
Oh, that's a lovely image, King. I'd ask you where you come up with this stuff, but I don't think I want to know, quite frankly. I think this crowd's giving these superstars a piece of their minds, King.
Are you sure they...
Is that? Yes, that's an elimination. I've got a feeling that this has all the makings of an instant classic.
That's probably just gas, JR.
Well, I did have some good old Oklahoma barbecue not to show, but I don't think that's That's one counter. What ring presence? Finley hails from the Irish Isles, and I've got to think that when they coined the term Fighting Irish, they had this lad in mind.
You might be right. I've never seen a guy who likes to fight as much as Finley.
And that's probably because he's damn good at it. He spent his whole life fighting, and every time he gets into that ring, he puts on a clinic.
Yeah, and most of his opponents wind up having to go to the clinic afterward.
That's a short climb, but a potentially long fall. I think this crowd has decided to exercise the right of free speech.
God bless the First Amendment, JR. There's the reversal. Any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
That's for sure. No matter how beat up you are, you can't ever let your opponent know the extent of your injuries.
And that's easier said than done, JR. The human...
He doesn't look too happy about it, but an elimination is an elimination. And it's been reversed. He countered that and made it look easy. What a reversal.
Watch out! He reversed it! He countered that one perfectly. I think we're going to find out just how much punishment the human body can withstand here tonight.
I think you're right, King. These superstars seem intent on taking each other to the limit.
I love that attitude, JR. Go big or go home.
Well, these superstars sure aren't going home until this match is settled once and for all. Sounds like this...
I think this one's almost over, JR. I don't even know how these superstars are still going.
A reversal. Can he capitalize on it?
Oh, man. He's just hitting his opponent with shot after shot.
And anytime you can't even defend yourself against blows like that, it doesn't speak well for your odds of winning the match.
Did you ever... Over the top rope and down to the floor. That's an elimination.
Like him or not, there is no denying the UK's William Regal's toughness, fire, and resilience. Oh boy, the adrenaline is pumping. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
No, it can't end like this. Come on, do something quick. Oh, no. I don't like the looks of this.
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent had better watch out.
I don't think that these superstars have even contemplated the fact that they might lose.
I'm sure they have. That's not the kind of attitude you come in with and expect to pick up the win.
He took a ride over the top rope, down to the floor, and out of this match. I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that that would be no easy feat.
Uh-oh. Come on. You got to stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now. This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
They sure are, JR, and I love to hear it.
This match has come to an abrupt end for that superstar.
What a counter! It's like he read his opponent's mind. happy that we have a superstar like Edge on the Raw roster. Someone who sets goals for himself and doesn't let anything stop him from reaching them. He's a great role model for young fans.
Oh, he's a terrific role model, all right.
Wow, he wasn't too gentle about throwing him out.
I cannot express how much admiration I have for Matt Hardy's never say die attitude.
And I can't express how sick I am of hearing him talk himself out and then choke in the ring.
I think you're selling him short, King. Yes, Matt Hardy has faced adversity. Yes, he's been beaten before. But by God, everyone who steps in the ring with him knows they've been in a fight.
Wow! Listen to these fans, JR. He reversed it.
He's climbing up. I'm not so sure this is a good idea.
Going down, down, down. Just go smooth. Watch me do.
This is Raw action at its finest. That's why Raw is the #1 brand of sports entertainment.
You've got that right, JR. You're not going to see this kind of action on SmackDown.
Not on SmackDown or anywhere else. There's nothing else out there.
Oh my gosh! He's been eliminated from the match. This Marcus Corvon is pure power, and he knows how to use it.
He does indeed. The alpha male leaves a trail of broken bodies
Yo,
wherever
yo,
he
yo,
goes.
yo.
I think he's aiming to add another one here tonight.
It's crime time.
He might as well start walking back to the locker room. He's out of this match.
Oh boy, these fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right. He's not going to get caught with that one.
CM Punk might be...
Oh, would you look at this. Talk about arrogant. It's sickening.
Come on, JR. It's not enough just to win a match. You've got to make it clear who's the dominant superstar. Well, from the looks of things...
He's been removed from the ring and from contention in this match. Look at the fire in the eye. That's it. The match is over for that particular superstar.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one.
This match is going to continue until someone's completely debilitated. And considering the resiliency of these superstars, that's not going to be easy.
That's for sure. No one in this match is going down without a fight.
And I wouldn't expect any less from them, King. Like them or not, you've got to respect the tenacity of each and every WWE superstar.
Tell me something. When you look at the masterpiece, does it make you feel like even more of a loser than you normally do?
Well, actually, when I look at the masterpiece, I'm glad I don't have the out-of-control ego that he does.
Listen, if you can sing it, you can bring it. The masterpiece has decimated some of the greatest superstars in the WWE.
I can't argue with his results. It's his methods that I look to. It doesn't appear that Edge is getting much love from this crowd tonight, and who can blame them? They're certainly not getting much from Edge.
That's not true, JR. I'm sure this arena is just full of edgeheads tonight. You might not hear them cheering. Oh no, this is terrible. You can't let your opponent build this kind of momentum.
Well, all I can say is someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their prayers.
And if I had to put money on this match, JR, I'd be surprised if this didn't end soon, Jake. Up and over and out. Eliminated. That's it. He's out of the ring, and that means he's out of the match, too.
I'll be honest with you.
Talk about adding insult to injury. Tossed out of the ring and the match. think these superstars have a legitimate beef with each other, JR.
So do I, King. I'm not so sure their issues with each other are going to be solved. He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now.
Look at him feeding off the energy from this capacity crowd. He's unstoppable.
You can't ever count on these fans, JR. They're fickle, and they'll abandon you in a heartbeat. Lashley's got all the size and strength anyone can ask for, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to get him the win here tonight.
That's your opinion, King. But if Lashley's career thus far has been any indication, I'd say he's got an excellent chance of victory in this match.
I don't understand why you like Carlito so much, JR. What, did he lie to you and tell you that you were cool or something?
I've never been accused of being cool by Carlito.
Looks like his hopes of winning this one have been shattered, JR. This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
You're not going to win a match by insulting your opponent. I don't believe it. He's been eliminated. Look at the masterpiece. This guy's like a piece of art or something.
Well, the masterpiece is a piece of something, all right, but I'm not sure art's the word I'd choose.
Whoa, easy, Chief. We got kids watching. The scariest thing about Snitsky isn't his size or his strength. It's the fact that he just doesn't care about anyone or anything.
We've seen that time and time again from the man with the yellow teeth. And we're seeing that here tonight in this match.
It might be the last thing his opponent ever sees. So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea. Anything.
Boy, talk about rubbing your opponent's nose in it.
And eyes, for that matter. That move can temporarily blind your opponent if they're not lucky. I'm not so sure this one's about winning or losing anymore. I think it's become more personal than that.
Of course it's personal, JR. Anytime you step into the ring with someone who wants to beat you down in order to win the match, it's personal.
I guess I can't argue with that, King. I just wonder if they'll be able to settle their differences in this match, or if it's going to wind up bigger than that. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that very ring.
And I think there's going to be a lot more shed here tonight.
No doubt about that, King. These superstars are going to leave it all in the ring. You can count on that.
You think these fans have gotten their money's worth tonight, JR?
If they haven't yet, I'm sure they're going to by the end of this match.
Well, I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Well then, why don't you just enlighten the rest of us, King?
No way. I can already tell this is going to be a great match, and I don't want to ruin the ending for you.
You're too kind, King. You're also full of horse manure, as far as I can tell. I tell you, King, I've got no earthly idea how these superstars can maintain this intensity week after week after week.
It's not easy, JR. There's no off-season. It's not like you've got 6 months to recover after WrestleMania.
That's for damn sure. And that's why I don't think there can be any doubt in anyone's mind that the superstars of the WWE are the greatest athletes in the world. I'm sure these competitors have studied each other very carefully.
This match would be over by now if they hadn't, JR. You never get into the ring without doing your homework.
That would be a recipe for disaster for sure, King. What a phenomenon is the animal Batista. You talk about a force of nature, you're looking at him right there.
Force of nature? More like freak of nature, if you ask me. The fact that Batista even considers himself a main eventer is ridiculous.
He's a multiple-time heavyweight champion, King. In my book, once you wear that title around your waist, you've made it in this business.
Come on, JR. Haven't you ever heard of a fluke champion? Batista got lucky. You don't get into the Hall of Fame for being lucky.
No, you don't. And you don't get there on a fluke. But Batista's the real deal. And that's why it wouldn't surprise me one bit to see him inducted after a long and distinguished career.
Man, I don't mind telling you, JR, this Umaga scares the heck out of me.
He's a savage. He's primal, a carnivore, like some kind of wild animal.
Yeah, and if he wasn't competing in the WWE, they'd probably have him locked up in a cage and charge admission just to see him. These superstars are going to tear each other apart.
That's exactly what the fans paid to see, King, and they're not going to go home disappointed. He's got the crowd and his opponent in the palm of his hand.
That can change in an instant, especially if you let your opponent catch his breath. Show off all you want, but it's not going to win you the match.
No, but getting the crowd behind you can certainly give you the edge.
The intensity of these superstars is unbelievable.
No doubt about it. Oh, no. We know what this is.
The Samoan Spike! That can crush your windpipe, JR. You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE superstars.
You're not wrong, King. They compete every week until they are physically incapable of continuing. There's no off-season in the WWE.
We're not talking about running a ball down a field or slapping a puck into a net. This is serious physical competition.
It sure is. The toughest athletes in the world are on the WWE roster, and that's a fact.
Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in that ring, mark my words.
I hope these fans appreciate it, JR. These superstars are putting it all on the line for them right here tonight. I can't remember the last time I saw superstars this fired up. I don't think they've even considered the possibility that they might not win this thing.
There's an awful lot of pride on the line here, King. No one in that ring wants to have to go back to the locker room as a loser. These fans love.
Here's your winner, Batista.
can't see.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a sold-out show here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And you couldn't fit another fan in here with a crowbar. It's cheeseheads as far as the eye can see.
It sure is. Green Bay knows that they're about to see the greatest superstars in all of sports entertainment. I can't wait to get started. The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this down the middle. If you ask me, Batista's best days were back. I've seen matches won and lost because of moves like this. That was a textbook reversal. No disrespect, but when is Matt Hardy just going to pack it in and call it a day?
I don't think you're ever going to see that from Matt Hardy. He's simply got too much passion, and
going up that turnbuckle hurts a hell of a lot less than coming down. Time's up. Another superstar's coming in. Cena spends a lot of time running his mouth. If I were him, I'd put that energy into improving my ring skills.
Cena's a multiple-time WWE champion. How much more improvement do you really need?
Listen, if you're not constantly trying to improve, you're going to get overtaken by a guy who is. Cena better keep that in mind.
Look at this. No fear on the face of this superstar.
Yeah, but that kind of thing's not going to win you the match. Michaels sure is getting up there. If he sticks around too much longer, HBK's going to stand for the has-been kid.
I don't think Shawn Michaels is ever going to be a has-been. He looks as good today as he ever did, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Time to add another superstar to the mix.
These superstars are at the top of their game, but only one of them is going to have his hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
So what? You want to say that everybody wins so that nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit for it. I think we might be looking at the future of the WWE in... Look at him, he's just radiating confidence. And he's got a lot to be confident about.
He looks a little overconfident to me. This could come back to bite him. Even if you wind up with...
Here comes another competitor. He's got this crowd solidly behind him. And now he's going to talk about adding insult to injury. And these fans love it.
Yeah, but you got to worry more about the injury and less about...
He wasted no time going for that pin.
I've never been to Samoa, but after watching Umaga in action, I'm not in any hurry to visit there anytime soon.
You and me both, partner. We've heard that Umaga is one of a kind, and for the sake of the rest of the WWE superstars, let's hope that's true.
Wow, great reversal.
A textbook reversal. Can he follow up?
Nice quick counter there.
Here he comes. What's this going to do to the match?
Batista's had a lot of success so far, but that's because most of his opponents let him psych them out.
If you're not intimidated at the sight of a heavily muscled 6.5-foot animal like Batista, you better have your head examined.
He's going for the pin.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint, and here's a little something for the fans. That's why they love him.
Who cares what they think? All he's doing here is giving his opponent a chance to recover. If there's a more overrated superstar on the SmackDown roster than Matt Hardy, I couldn't tell you who it is.
Overrated? Hardy's a multiple-time tag team champion, a former cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, but to hear him talk, he's the second coming or something. And if you ask me, he's just second rate.
Look at this! You don't often see a superstar's own finishing move used against them like this. And there's the pin! He was one step ahead on that one. It's been a long time since I saw a crowd get behind a superstar the way they have for John Cena.
Yeah, and that's great for him. But this is a match, not a popularity contest.
I don't think Cena's got any problem being physical either. There aren't many superstars who can match his accomplishments.
Talk about superstars who don't have an ounce of quit between them. You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset.
Looks like someone's moving up in the world.
I think we're about to see a high-risk move from the top rope.
I've said it before.
He's got him covered. He saw that one coming. When you talk about a man who's done it all in this business, you don't have to look any further than the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, Michaels has been in this business a long, long time, and I'm not surprised he's stuck with Raw. I doubt he could keep up with some of the younger SmackDown talent.
You're not seriously suggesting that HBK couldn't be competitive on SmackDown. No disrespect to the SmackDown superstars, but this is Shawn Michaels we're talking about.
All I'm saying is that ever since Raw and SmackDown became separate brands, we haven't seen much of Michaels on SmackDown. You take that any way you want. I think he's gonna fly.
I think someone's been taking flying lessons. Nice reversal. He's going for the pin.
2. These superstars give everything they've got when they're in a match like this, but a lot of people don't realize what they sacrifice behind the scenes too.
No question. If you want to make it in the WWE, you've got to sacrifice just about everything for your career. It has to be as important to you as anything else in your life.
And for a lot of guys, their WWE career is their life. That's why you see so much passion for what they do in the ring.
And that's something you won't see anywhere else. With all due respect to every athlete and entertainer out there, no one gives as much of themselves to their fans as the WWE superstars.
3. Yeah, that's just great. Why don't you just quit showing off and get down to business?
He is getting down to business. He's in the sports entertainment business, isn't he?
Umaga has racked up one heck of a string of victories since showing up in the WWE.
You're not wrong, partner. He made an impressive debut by utterly destroying the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and nobody's managed to stand in his way for long since then.
That doesn't surprise me. This could be 3 right here.
2.
You talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
He's impressive, no question. But it's not like he's the biggest or the baddest guy to set foot in a WWE ring.
Well, you got to be pretty big and pretty bad to wear championship gold, and that's what Batista's done time after time.
Hey, anybody can have a few good nights. I think Batista's overrated, and I think we're going to see that here tonight.
If I was a gambling man, I'd take that bet. I don't mind admitting that I'm in awe of Batista, and I know I'm not the only one.
Regardless of how you personally feel about Matt Hardy, you've got to respect his drive, his energy, and his passion for this business.
Yeah, but that will only take you so far. You've got to have the physical skills to match that if you want to make it to the top of the mountain around here.
I hope you're not implying that Hardy doesn't have what it takes to get it done in the ring.
Let's face it, Hardy has made a career of biting off more than he can chew. I think he really believes his own hype.
This capacity crowd is on its feet. It knows what's coming.
Batista bomb! That will break every bone in your body.
He's going for the pin. This could be it.
3.
He slipped out of that one.
I don't think there's a superstar in the history of WWE who's gone from rookie to WWE champion as quickly as John Cena has.
Yeah, Cena shot up real quick.
Oh my God, this could be it.
He might have crushed his opponent's throat with that Samoan spike. Man, this one...
He could hit his opponent right here.
2.
I think these superstars are going to keep it up until they've got literally nothing left to give.
And that's the attitude you have to take to win. You know that your opponent isn't going to hold anything back, and you can't afford...
Look at the fans. They know exactly what he's up to.
Oh my God! What a Batista bomb! There's the cover. Can he do it?
3.
Man, what a match.
Here's your winner and the new WWE Champion, Batista.